Hi everyone, welcome. Hello, welcome. This is Audrey for Mind Body Solutions, and this is Low Sensory Adaptive Yoga. So today we're gonna do a little bit of a special practice because yesterday was Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima is a sacred holiday that's acknowledged by many people across the world, especially in South Asia, by Buddhists, Jains, Sikhs, Hindus. And it's basically a time to honor our teachers, our guides, ancestors, anybody that inspires us to become the best version of ourselves. So we'll do that with the usual centering, some slow movement, pranayama, and a restorative practice. We've had a few requests from the community here to work on some cooling pranayama, so we'll bring that in, some balance, and over the balancing both sides of the body, and some work on the shoulders. So let's start with our centering. So you may start wherever you are. You can be seated, lying down, something between. You can also already be moving. You can fidget as much as you need, swim as much as you need. You do whatever you need to do to be as comfortable, present in your practice. This is your own time. Everything I say is always optional. I am only a guide, but you remain the expert of your own body. You remain the captain of your own experience here. You can already start to, if that helps, to have a little bit of a sway or rock, or just do some neck rolls, shoulder rolls. There are some tension in the body, and to remove any stagnant energy. That may help to arrive. You could also open the jaw a little bit, a few times, blowing raspberries, anything that may help you starting to connect to your own body, your own breath, and to arrive here in this present moment. Maybe your eyes are closed or you're finding a soft gaze. And connecting to the earth by noticing the points of contact of the body against the floor, the bed, the couch, whichever surface you are on today. Maybe letting gravity do its job, getting the body to be a little heavier, shoulders down, jaw relaxed, tongue relaxed, as best as you can. At least starting to invite a little bit of that rest, of that comfort, that care for yourself, for the practice that we have today. This time, Guru Purnima is a very good time to draw inwards, to plant seeds, and find a deeper connection to our spiritual path. So as we here today all together, going down, perfect time to remember and honor our teachers, our guides, including the one within. And that one within might be asking you to start paying attention to your body, the sensations, emotions, anything that's arising right now. Just acknowledging how you're feeling, what's your experience, without necessarily labeling or adding words, stories, narratives to what's the experience now today, but rather just acknowledging them, acknowledging they exist and they have a role to play, but we don't necessarily need to dwell or to identify onto those feelings. We are more than all of this. Then maybe you paying attention to the right side of your body, particularly noticing how it's feeling, the right arm, the right side of your chest, the right hip, the right leg, the right knee, the right foot, the toes. There might be some pain, discomfort, might feel neutral, might feel some ease, some energy. And maybe within the next few breaths, you may add anything that would help this right side of your body. Maybe with your inhale, you're bringing in more energy, more ease. And with the exhale, you're releasing even more into the support of the earth. And then moving on to the left side, shoulder, the arm, the hand, left side of your chest, the left hip, the left leg, the knee, left ankle, foot, and toes. Noticing your experience in that whole left side of the body. And then asking for the support of your breath. Each inhale, inhaling care, compassion, having goodness, energy. And with exhale, a little bit heavier, a little bit more supported. And then with the next few inhale, bringing all of your body together from the crown of the head to the toes, all of your awareness onto the whole body. Just noticing if there's any difference with before we with when we get started. Is there any difference between the left and the right side again? Anything you may notice here, or as it feels raw, feels at ease, and if there's still some discomfort, and sending your breath to that part of the body. You may also choose to bring in more support in the form of pillows, props, blankets, or having a sip of water, or adding any movements that would feel supportive. Just being with our bodies as they are now. For a few more moments with our breaths, taking in how we're doing, allowing ourselves some time to just be. And then you may stay here in stillness, or you happen to be, or with all this information that you took in. How are you feeling? Your energy levels? You can make a decision whether you want to follow us into a little bit of movement, or you can stay here in stillness and enjoy being with your breath and your body mind. We'll start with a few circles with the arms and the hands, knowing that you do not have to move your hands and arms. The idea is to open up the chest. So if you do not want to move the hand in the arms, you bring your shoulder blades together with a inhale on the exhale. You choose. You can experiment a little bit here. And then you can stay here in stillness and just trying to get the shoulders as down as possible and the shoulder blades to draw towards each other. Or you can add a little bit of movement and then round, maybe on the exhale or the inhale. You choose again. Just gonna ask you to be a little bit playful here. And just notice, does it feel better with the inhale or the exhale? You can add your hands on top of the shoulders if that helps you, just to noticing even more the movement. And then if you like, you can add the arms, and we're just going to draw some circles above the head, adding a little bit of a back bend when the hands are on top of your head. And again, you can choose here how high your hands and your arms are going. It can be one at a time as well. And here, let the movement be guided by your breath, so that you aim to keep awareness onto what you're doing, your body, your breath, the movement. There's a little bit more space into your thoughts about what you should be doing. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? As long as you're not adding any pain, and you're doing okay. Just trying to add a little bit of mobility into the shoulders. Just a few more rounds. Making sure that the root of the spine is rooted. Are you finding some grounding with your feet? Maybe if you're working on balance, then noticing if one side, you're leaning towards one side or the other. trying to find the midline here, finding good alignment between the two sides. So here it might be interesting to work with just one arm or just one shoulder at a time, noticing what's happening and maybe adding a little bit more support with the breath. Okay, a few more rounds like this. Going at your own pace as always. And then stopping when you need to. Coming back to center. I'm gonna do simple shoulder rolls, either going towards the back or the front or one at a time. Again, you choose. If you hear some cracks, that's okay, as long as you don't have any pain. Again. And again, maybe being a little bit playful here. Noticing what's happening if I go a little bit faster or if I slow down. Is it better with my inhale, my exhale? Are both of my hips well grounded? Am I leaning towards one side or the other? Do I need to hold something to add more balance? Asking a lot of questions, aren't I? Well, trying to be a good teacher. All right. And then we're gonna go into exactly what someone is doing here, which is eagle arms. So for eagle arms, there's a few options. You can, so we start by opening, but then when you bring the arms, you can simply bring the fingers onto the opposite shoulders, so making a cross or wakanda, whatever is you like. You can cross them in this way, so one elbow is on top of the other, which can be, that's not an easy one to master, to be honest. So you choose. You're opening up with an inhale, shoulder blades drawn together, shoulders down. Opening up to the side, arms as high as you wish. They can be really close to the side of the body. The interesting thing here again is adding some spaciousness in the chest, in the collarbones. And then when you're ready on the exhale, you bring your arms either, I forgot one, either hands on top of the shoulders or hands on the shoulder blades, giving yourself a hug, or in eagle arms, elbows stacked together, palms together. And then here you can stay in stillness and then do just this. Or when you are crossing your arms, on the inhale, you can bring them up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, you add a little bit of the rounding of the spine. Again, here it's important to notice and honor your body's needs. Noticing what you would need to do, what feels good. Spend a few moments doing this. And then if there's any other movements that you wish to do already, then just move on to this. We'll have a few more minutes of movements. If you are already in stillness, stay with your breath, maybe add some pranayama that you love. And then a few more moments if there's anything else you wish to do in terms of movement, maybe some side bends, some twists. If you are working on balancing both sides, then a twist and side bends would be quite nice. Just noticing, being particularly present with when you are in the twist, for example. Maybe you could move from one part of the body to the next. So starting with the head, the neck, noticing what's happening here, and noticing the shoulders, noticing the spine, the side of the chest, your hips, the legs, when you are into the asana. And then doing the same on the other side, whether you're in a twist or a side bend, or any other asana that would feel good, where you could work both sides. If you are lying down, you could practice this by bringing the knees towards your chest and then letting the knees fall to one side, if that's accessible to you. Otherwise, you can cross one arm across your chest and then holding it with the other hand or arms. Just staying with your intention, being present, being tender with yourself. Right. And then coming back to center, we're going to do a little bit of pranayama. So it's called Shitali pranayama, which is a cooling breath. We'll do this for a few minutes, and then we'll move to restorative and guided meditation. So for Shitali, we have to work with the tongue. So if you're one of those people that very gifted with being able to roll their tongue, like so, then you can do this. Otherwise, you can kind of roll it a little bit if that it doesn't have to come all the way. Or easier is to place a tip of the tongue behind the top teeth against the roof of the mouth. You can't really see on but yeah. We only use this for the exhale. The inhale is normal. You inhale through the nostrils, mouth is closed. And then with the exhale, you bring the roll of the tongue and you exhale. Hold on. Am I getting this wrong? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm having a bit of a yeah, no, that's wrong. Sorry. The inhale is with the roll of the tongue and the exhale is mouth closed. Sorry, I thought I was getting this wrong. Here with me. It's too hot. That's why we need cooling breath. Oh dear. So let's regroup. Steady breath, cooling breath. You do the roll of the tongue on the inhale. You follow your own pace, your own rhythm. You don't have to strain or force anything. Then you can hold a little bit for maybe just 1 second if that's not comfortable for you to hold longer. And then you exhale with the mouth closed through the nose. Okay, we do a few rounds of this. I'm going to show you a few times and then you'll do this on your own. So for this, you can be seated. You can also be lying down. That's absolutely fine. Just have some space to breathe more comfortably. We've just done a lot of shoulder work, so that's perfect preparation. And then just connect to your breath for a few moments before we start the pranayama. Just breathing naturally through the nose or the mouth, whichever feels more comfortable for you now. Maybe taking some softer, deeper breaths. Maybe reconnecting to the support of the earth. And then when you're ready for the next inhale, you can bring that roll of the tongue or to the top of to the roof of the mouth. And then you exhale, mouth closed through the nose. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Do a few rounds on your own, picking any poses that you need in between, not straining, not forcing, just adding that little movement with the tongue. And here for the next few rounds, maybe notice any difference between your right side and your left side, maybe encouraging on the inhale to draw air from the right side and then exhale from the left side. And then doing the opposite, inhale left and exhale right. You can also do this with the nostrils. So as you exhale through the right nostril once, and then the next round you exhale through the left nostril. You don't have to close off the nose. Just trust that energetically, if this is happening, a few more rounds. And then release any influence on the breath, have a pause, come back to your natural breath. Just noticing how you're feeling, any sensations in the body. And we're going to move to guided meditation, so you can find a restorative pose of your choice. Maybe Shavasana, lying down on your back, on the side, on the belly. If you are seated, bringing some support for your head and your spine, maybe elevating the feet, maybe placing a pillow on top of on your lap to rest your hands. You can also find a forward fold, a child's pose, legs up the wall. For Shavasana, maybe you can explore a different pose that you never taken before, different way to practice Shavasana. Personally, at the moment, I love having my hands resting when I'm lying down above, maybe finding a right angle. It also helps to stretch the shoulders. Interesting. But don't do this if you are only seated, really if you do have the support of the floor underneath you or the bed. And then if you have any issues with blood circulation, then making sure you get them down once in a while. And then you can come back to Shitali Pranayam if you wish, or just staying with your natural breath or any other pranayam that you find supportive. Bringing any props that would add a sense of comfort. And giving yourself permission to slow down, to rest, to be supported for another few minutes here today. Taking some deep breaths, maybe whispering Shah on the exhale, or adding a sigh, just to help the body getting even more at ease, heavier. Even more comfort. And then putting your awareness onto your own center, whichever part of the body you consider your center, might be the heart, might be the belly, might be somewhere else. And putting your full awareness onto that part of the body as you start to picture a candle or a small flame. So traditionally for Guru Purnima, we would place a candle onto an altar. But for this practice, we are connecting to our inner flame in that form of the candle. Taking a moment to notice the colors, maybe the sound, the light that it gives. Is it flickering? Is it steady? And here really full permission to go wild. Use your imagination. That candle does not have to be the traditional yellow, orange. It could be the full spectrum of the rainbow. It could sing. It could smell of roses. Whatever is bringing you some beauty, joy right now. This is your own inner flame, your own inner light. Take some soft, deep breaths, maybe whispering, sighing on the exhale. And then calling to mind all those you have and continue to learn from. For me right now, honor particularly my teacher, Melissa Shah, because she shared with me this practice that we are doing right now. I want to honor her and acknowledge her teachings. And teachers can also be aspects of nature, they can be spirits, animals. They're really anyone or anything that inspire you, that help you on your journey. And we take some time to honor them, honor those that we receive from. There with your candle, with your inner flame, your inner light. And then with each inhale, ask for protection and support from all of your teachers, your guides. And with each exhale, feel their protection and support fill you up. Fill up every cells of your body with each exhale. Here, release any inclination to rationalize or add words. Stay with your light, stay with your breath, your body sensations. And trust that with each inhale, you're asking for protection and support. And exhale, you are receiving and feeling that protection and support, feeding you up. Stay with your breath, stay with the protection and the support of your guides, your ancestors, your teachers, whoever, whatever they are. As your own voice from within, connecting to the wisdom of all. I'm going to read a few words from Indu Aurora, who's a teacher I find highly inspiring, and she wrote this for this practice of Guru Purnima. So now I bow in silent praise to Guru seen in countless ways. Jupiter's wisdom vast and high, to the moon soft truth in a silver sky. To Vyasa spent Buddha's peace, mothering love that doesn't cease. To those who give and guide and grow, who plant the light so we may know. To the one who chants moksha sounds, who lifts us gently from the ground. To the one we've heard of, not yet seen, whose grace arrives in silent gleam. To such a guru rare and true, I bow my head and I offer to my breath, my heart, my inner flame, my path, my love, my very name. Taking some soft, deep breaths. Honoring your teacher within. Honoring all of your teachers and guides for a few more moments with your own breath, your own presence, your own compassion, your own love. Keeping your inner flame going. A few more moments in silent praise. And then placing your awareness onto your heart center in a way that's meaningful to you. Maybe placing your hands on top of each other, on top of the heart, or in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, palms facing each other, thumbs against the heart, as a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for ourselves, that within our body, mind, and all allows us to do just as we are with life, just as it is. Gratitude for this community. Sangha is always a great teacher. All the wisdom, the support, laughter that exists here. Thank you for being here. Gratitude to the earth as they hold us and support us. Our greatest teacher and our ancestors and indigenous of this land who keep on protecting it. And gratitude to these practices of yoga indigenous to South Asia and all teachers and practitioners who have protected and keep on protecting these practices so that we may benefit from them today. And leave some space for you to add any further word of gratitude you may wish to. And you may also wish to dedicate some or all of the merit of this practice to a being, a group of beings, a cause, a land that could do with some extra support right now. And to serve this intention, I'll offer a blessing of metta, loving kindness, first in Sanskrit, then in English. You're welcome to join or listen. In how to begin. Om. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere with no limits, including ourselves, be happy, be well, be at ease and at peace. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be free and liberated. Bringing some gentle movement back into the body, opening the eyes if they were closed, coming back gently into your space and to one another. Thank you so much for being here. You surely are some of my best teachers. Thank you for your presence. Thank you.